Hello viewers of Sounding Board, and tonight we're going to talk about Ghostbusters Trevor figure, based off of Finn Wolfhard, I think, or Wolfhound from Stranger Things, the older brother in the movie. And this figure I found on clearance. Clearance is amazing sometimes when you're totally stumped to what you want to do for a video, for reviewing toys, and sometimes you just find the oddest things in the clearance aisle. And I found this. So it's like, okay, it's on clearance. Well, it can't be that bad. It's just a throwaway figure now. As you can see, he's the same as the Bill Murray we reviewed a long time ago. He has the Proton Pack, the figure, and the Super Ghost. Let's open up Trevor and see what he looks like out of the package. Here's his little ghost. It looks this way, and then the button in the back pops it open with its fright feature. Kind of dumb in my opinion. A big giant slug with hair. His proton gun is softer than Bill Murray's, because Bill Murray's was harder. Like the backpack, they were both made out of hard plastic. He's on the same style Ghostbuster body as the other figures. You know, has the straps for the proton pack on it, molded on. He's kind of got that soft, angular, not 80s look, but a harder, more of a 90s animation look. That's the way I felt about Bill Murray. They're really angular in their style, and I don't know if they're trying to emulate the real, the way they made the figures was to emulate the real Ghostbusters, but the way they made the figures look, they don't quite look like the real Ghostbusters. They kind of look like something out of the 90s, not the 2000s or the 80s. And Trevor here is very, I don't know if they did deliberate, very feminine looking, not so masculine. And the kid who plays Trevor has really angular, harsh features. They're almost cartoon-like. And then he has this huge hair afro he's got, or a nest, hair nest at one time they were called, or a rat's nest by a friend of mine. But it's like, would these figures have play value? Because it's only one movie, and you don't see them. The two characters that have the most play value are the girl and the little boy with the, what's his name? Podcast. And I forget what the girl's name is, but his sister. And because they have the most adventures in the movies, because they're like the Egon the spiritual Egon and Ray characters. He's supposed to be kind of like the Winston character, but spiritually, nah, he's not really. Other than he worked on the car because he wanted something to drive, something to do in a board thing. He's not really that much of a Winston character. Kind of like Lucky is supposed to be the Bill Murray character, but she's not. She's not a sarcastic or even a lead character to say that she carries a big chunk of the movie, because she interacts with him as his pseudo girlfriend, and she plays second to him because he's the older brother to the little girl. So Lucky's kind of superficial. And so basically the two that really sold was the little sister, and podcast for the most part. Let's see if it says if it has the rest of them on the back of the package. Nope. But yeah, they just basically move exactly like a real Ghostbuster. I really think they should have put a what's it called, the proton ray onto these. But the real Ghostbusters had a ray that's about this long, and you rotated it and moved it around while it catches your little ghost you captured you had with it. The ghosts nowadays have more movement and animation to them, maybe to make up for the fact of lack of animation these characters have. But yeah, you could always. The funny part is, this figure can also be used as a Stranger Things character if you want. You love the film, the Stranger Things show, but didn't like the Ghostbusters. You can always pick just this figure up alone and put it in the Stranger Things, Stranger Things shelf of trophy figures, because they dress like this in the show. And they even had proton packs and everything. That was season 2. But yeah, I'm not too impressed with the figure, because like I said earlier, the character is too feminine looking, and I like the original 4, based off the original Ghostbusters. But this figure, if it's any example of all the other ones, I don't think I would collect the rest of them, because they're not interesting enough or cool looking enough to have on a shelf like the original 4. But until next time, this is the Sounding Board, signing off.